Hello everyone, welcome to another Riftbound testing stream. We are bringing Rek'Sai to RQ Los Angeles, or at least that is the hope still. And I'm going to be practicing a bunch of different decks, both with and against it. Tonight, Dace Bacon has gone to bed already. Wasn't really feeling the stream, so I'm going to solo test. Someone did ask why I don't play the ladder online for these streams, and it's because I need focus testing, and I'm seeing a lot of these decks for the first time still. My record on like Riftbound tracking is like 5, 9, and 1 overall, so there's a ton of decks that I still have not even played against a single time with my deck or any other. So tonight we're going to start with this Ask Joshi Rek'Sai Wide V3. This is actually a brew using the Spectral Matron 2 of. And my thought is... Where is the Spectral Matron? Wait a second. No, this is still the Noxian Drummer. Where'd my Matron list go? Hang on. Did I name it something else? Apparently I lost my Matron build. That's okay. This is the good build. This is the good build, so we'll practice it against two decks we need practice against anyway. The Matron build that I was looking at earlier was basically just this, but I took out two... Oh, the perfect executions are still here. What? Hang on. This is like somehow backdated. Yeah, this is not even correct. Like, if I select the deck again, it's updated, right? Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. We're using Rift Lite, which houses Rift Atlas to be able to solo test and to play against your friends and stuff. It's a great platform. Really do recommend it. Oh, I'm letting everyone know on x.com/AskJoshi and discord.gg/AskJoshi that we're going live as well. Forgot to do that. 1 second. Bam. That's taken care of. We're listening to the Final Fantasy X soundtrack tonight, and we've got the soundboard. Oops, that's a little... So this version has 2 times Spectral Matron and 2 Rek'Sai Breacher. I realized that the red Rek'Sai is actually just a fine unit to pull out of the champ zone most of the time, so it has a synergy with Spectral Matron where late game I can play Spectral Matron, bring back something like a Noxian Drummer. If Rek'Sai is also out on the field, I can also give it Accelerate, so I feel like that's a pretty good bang for 5 energy and 3 runes late game in lieu of the Under Titan, because I could play it onto a board with nothing or, you know, very little. So Under Titan is a card that I'm experimenting cutting. So that's what some of this testing is about. We know the Under Titan is good. We know its kind of strengths and weaknesses from past sets. So we're trying new things without Under Titan. This brew would be Matron plus Breacher to make it spicy, but actually I don't want to practice this one. I want to practice what I would consider my main build right now. So I'm going to export this deck and go create a new deck. Sorry, this will take just a moment. I did not expect it to be reverted like this, so I'm just going to call this V4, why not? And I'll leave the Matron as V3. Ask Joshi Rek'Sai Wide V4, and I'll import it. Give me just a moment. Save. Okay, so now I need to change Rek'Sai out and Matron out. Put back in the drummers that I was doing. Oh, they're still there. The hopefuls that were there. And let's see if I can spot what else I changed. I think that's it, actually. Oh, I was doing 2 swords as that last slot. Longsword. So I would call this my main. It says max 3 copies of Longsword Reach. That's because I have 2 in the side, but I would be adding these to the main. That means the side can now have a couple of different things. Perfect Execution was a thought. I'm not sure that's actually what I want. I was looking at like Piercing Light as a potential in the sideboard. Anyway, we'll do Piercing Light for right now. So, now if I choose deck, we have the actual deck that I wanted to play. Okay. Ask Joshi Rek'Sai Wide V4 on Rift Atlas is my current list that I'm considering bringing to Regional Qualifier Los Angeles. So we're going to solo test it against 2 decks that I have not played very much or at all. The first one is going to be Diana Swain, that was built by Sam D. Sherman, who was a Regional Qualifier winner. So we trust his deck building. He's also showed up in the top 8 and other events, so Sam D. Sherman is someone I trust here. Found this while putting together my Rek'Sai deck for Nexus Night tomorrow. I also just put it together in person. I just sleeved it up. I don't have this list. I'm somehow missing 3 Noxian Drummers, but I have a list that we know is good with Under Titans. So Final Fantasy X soundtrack sometimes breaks into guitar like that. Okay, here we go. Piercing Light is my I don't want to pay for Falling Stars card in Rek'Sai. Yeah, there's a lot of good cards. I tried a Perfect Execution, but Perfect Execution is a little conditional and it's slow speed, so I prefer my sideboard cards to be faster. That's usually what I'm looking for. So here we go. I really like Mystic. We're testing Mystic Vortex, but I do actually like it. My previous location for going blank was Seat of Power. I would draw a lot of cards, but also my opponents would draw a lot of cards, which I did not enjoy. So we're going to do Mystic Vortex first. Diana on the other side, we're going to be piloting this list for the first time. It's a Swain Porobot Temporal Breach list. So what is going to be the most detrimental to all opponents? I think Rockfall Path, probably. When you conquer here, you may ready a friendly gear. If it's on equipment, you may detach it. So that actually is probably fine against Rek'Sai, because we're not expecting any equipment from Rek'Sai necessarily. When a player plays a spell, they may give a unit, and this is our trump card. This is our, we lost, we've won it, we're going first, so we're going to play Abandoned Hall. So I think Rockfall might even be first here. I'm going to just always practice with me going first, because that just keeps my data consistent, really. I am using Rift Lite to record Rift Atlas. That is the platform we're using here. So you see this recording stuff in the top right? This actually will spit out a replay, but it's a video replay. So I can export it as an MP4 or a replay that other people can drop into their Rift Lite and watch by clicking through. It's really good. It's a really good practice tool. Has there been a ruling on whether Quick Draw counts as reaction for Mystic Vortex? My understanding right now is that both Ambush and Quick Draw count for Mystic Vortex. So I do have currently 5 cards in the deck. That would be the 2 Longswords and the 3 Infernas. If you're ambushing in, that's reaction, and if you're quick drawing, that is reaction. So Mystic Vortex will tax both of those. Be careful while you're playing that here. That may be a big enough downside that proves that Mystic Vortex is not usable, but that has not been the case so far. I think I've only ever taxed myself on Inferno once, like 20 plus games now. So we're gonna try this out. Okay, I'm going first, so we're very happy to see this guy. Any of these are great follow-ups. We always want to see a Cleave or Blood Rush, so that's really nice. Swain is going to be late game, but we are going second. That doesn't really change anything. Yeah, that's just way too slow. Morbid, obviously we have nothing to return yet, so I think these are our choices. Starcrossed, notably, something that is a strength of Rek'Sai is that our cheapo units mean Starcrossed don't really bother us as much as it does other decks. If it's a choice between Dredger and Emissary, I do Dredger first because his bird is guaranteed, while Emissary can sometimes get screwed with before you can pay for his Empower. All right, so again, first time piloting this Diana deck with Swain, Porobot, Temporal Breach as the mechanic to try to like sneak points at the end. And you can also discard Porobot for Hui to get crazy bonuses. Arkham Avalon says I'm adding a couple of yellow cannons for tomorrow, replacing pikes. So I am testing Rengar Pouncing, the red 3 energy, 1 red power. He's got Ambush and Assault 2. That's what I'm actually... I have 1 of it in the deck for Nexus Knight tomorrow, but I ordered 2 more to play with. Testing the Rengar Pouncings has been really good, I think. So now I'm testing this Longsword and Noxian Drummer blend as like another variant. So I think the Under Titan with Rengar Pouncing I'm happy with. Now we're doing more reactionary with Longsword, and it's Longsword I feel like I side in a lot, so might as well start with the main board and just see how it goes. That's my thought on it right now. So Diana has the choice of Diana or Ravenbloom, and we know Ravenbloom is always strong. We don't have anything to play alongside it because it's still early. Birdbot says Mystic Vortex is fine. We look for a Rek'Sai trigger first pretty much every time. Don't need Cleave. Play a Birdbot and a Hopeful. Say go. We're going to hide the hand so we don't read our information too much there. I need a couple more. I usually have one of those in there, and it's always felt good. Yeah. I also only own 1 Longsword, so I would need to get a couple more if I decide to commit to it. Moonfall is always a fun card because I can just cast Moonfall and Ravenbloom will pump to 3. We can pull in this Hopeful and kill both Birdbot and Hopeful. Like, Moonfall's pretty disgusting. I had a Hui walk into a battlefield of 5 dudes with Rek'Sai and just Moonfall Smokescreen and win and just dust all of them and come out on top. So Ravenbloom can do it here. Rek'Sai's tapped out. Moonfall is not reaction speed, so I can just do it off the rip and have Diana help pay for it with 1 energy. We got the other 2 energy. Pull in Hopeful. They both die. Good conquer. That's 1 pump from casting a spell. Gives it 3 to 2 total. So switch seat. We make a bird from Birdbot dying. That still leaves us 3 energy. We can hide Tide Turner or a Temporal Breach. Temporal Breach doesn't help us right now. We'd rather save that for later. Ride the Wind. We could do a whole circuit here, but we'd probably also rather do that later when we can kill a lot of things. If they are to march in here, I can Star-Crossed, save Ravenbloom, slow them down, or I could Ride the Wind over here and conquer during their turn. If I Tide Turner, that just gives us 4. It's not a spell, so that wouldn't buff here. Also, I would be taxed on Mystic Vortex, so that kind of sucks. I could also just play Diana at base and say that was good enough from Ravenbloom to do that 2-for-1. Assume they're not going to want to charge in with extra mana, so we'll play Diana at base and set up for next turn. We can also hide Tide Turner if that's going to help us with Diana, so let's hide that. So yeah, we could go to 4 might or 5 might, make Rek'Sai think about charging in, so I think that's fine. Let me pull up my Twitch chat too, just to make sure no one's in there. Okay, yeah, no one's in there. Welcome, all you YouTube viewers already here. I appreciate you guys coming to view my little ramblings, learning Rek'Sai in and out. All right. So from Rek'Sai POV, we get to get a Rek'Sai trigger first. Always love seeing that for our options. We don't have a kill spell in hand, so we would hope to find one here. Unfortunately, we did not, so we have to do some math. If we play Manufacture, which is our best usual option, we can Hopeful after, still have a Cleave to go in here. If I Cleave with a Birdbot, I would lose to Switcheroo, and I would lose to Tide Turner. So that's not ideal, but then I could Inferna in with 3. So if I Inferna in with 3, Switcheroo is a push, and Tide Turner would be... I would have the ability to play Cleave after that. So I think I'll do that. I'll go in with Tide Inferna and have a Cleave. That leaves us 3, so we can safely cast Manufactor. Get a guy. We'll go in... Oh, sorry, I have to do all this. Conquer. Okay, we walk in with Inferna. And our opponent says, well, I'm tapped out, but I will play from hidden, and you've got 4 to my 4, so I will Tide Turner and make you do something else. And I say, okay, I do have something else. It's a Cleave. And they say, sheesh, we got blown out. That happens sometimes. And then... Keep in mind, I'm playing against myself here. This is not always optimal, but I am learning both seats at the same time here. So that's a conquer. And the Diana would have killed probably Inferna. If I had played the Cleave on Inferna, though, Diana would have to kill Birdbot. So let's assume I did that to be optimal. That's the wrong thing. It has to be a bird, not a recruit, because birds have deflect. So yeah, we paid everything there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. End turn switch. Looking good over there, Rek'Sai. I don't have Hui and I don't have Swain, so this poor robot is looking at me like, what am I gonna do, boss? He is tapped out. We have Ride the Wind, so I could do a whole circuit. That's actually really nice right now. Just to keep tempo. I know that I can win because he's tapped out. I can have Diana pay for 1 energy. Come over here, win. Come back. Oh, sorry, not all the way to hand. Ha 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 ha. Just a base. So yeah, we would tap for... Wait, I already did it. I paid for Ride the Wind, yeah. So... Horobot, I guess. Not looking good for Diana, but... Let's get our trigger first. Play a Manufactor. Go over here. Play Hopeful and Manufactor. This is also an opportunity to Falling Star instead. The 2 I'm holding up would Temporal Breach and save 1 if I really wanted it to. I don't have any other thing to play it on. So... I don't know. Is it crippling to lose both my guys when I could save 1? Alright, let's try Falling Star to make them force the choice anyway. 2 here, 2 here. I think I would, just because... Oh, I can't even react. This is not even reaction unless it's out of battlefield. So yeah, they just die. They're just dead. I could Star-Crossed and save 1. Wouldn't even be good to do it at a battlefield because they would just walk in again. Or wouldn't even need to walk in because they already conquered. I guess I could float a Hopeful back. I can't even afford Starcross. What am I talking about? It's 3 energy. So yep, they're dead. Good move, Rek'Sai. Good move. Nothing left to play. Switch seat. Bad draw. Stupefy, whatever to draw. Ravenbloom. Star-Crossed. Keeps us a point. Tempo play. Kill a token. Yeah, that's just all bad over there on Diana's side. This went horrible for her. Walk in. Falling Star Emissary, play Emissary. Emissary, Manufactor. Crushing defeat. Just hold, why not? Yep, can't break both battlefields. Actually, if you banish a token, wouldn't that, like, kill it for good? Yeah. So banish your recruit. LOL. Gus the other one. Pay the deflect. He's dead. Play Ravenbloom. Lose the game. Walk in. Rek'Sai trigger. Doesn't matter. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Wow. Crushing defeat there. Oopsie. Forgot I had that on my desk. Okay, so the Diana Swain deck. Let me cut. I need to move all this stuff down. Like 5 rows. Keeping a spreadsheet as you would. Sandy, Sherman, Swain, Diana. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that. Just updating my spreadsheet. Okay. Yeah, we just win here. Okay. That's for the stats, since we're using Riftlight. Okay. So, Rek'Sai going second, picks Hall of Legends. Diana going first, says I have to win, so Abandon Hall. For sideboarding, I put in like 2 Hextech, 2 Salvage, and that ended up just outnumbering my units too much. I haven't seen Boots of Swiftness. I can almost assume that they will be in there. Porobot. Salvage actually kills Porobot as well and draws me a card. I'm realizing. So Salvage is actually uniquely suited. Hello, Alan A. Pearl on Twitch. I can tell you in just a moment how long you've been following. Give me a second. Open it up on another browser here. Alan A. Pearl followed July 18th, 2020. Welcome back. Alana. Oh, it's Alana Pearl, of course. Did you follow during like VR chat era from Carmen IRL? Does that seem familiar? Carmen doing GTA roleplay and VR chat stuff. Carmen King, that's it. Carmen Kingy. Yeah, that was it. That's that. I'm sure that's it since you recognize it. Yeah. Yeah, 2020. The date lines up. That's when I was doing a bunch of VR chat, and it was a lot of fun during that period. Okay, so are you enjoying Riftbound, or are you just saying like who the hell I am and why you're following? So Salvage kills poor robots really good. We can take out a Hopeful and an Emissary because they're the slowest technically. Does Piercing Light help me against this deck? We saw like I don't know that it would. Hextech Ray might, because there is some movement happening with Ride the Wind. Okay, yeah, let's do 2 Salvage, 2 Hextech Ray. That's what we'll go with. Ditch an Inferna. And a Rear Guard. So if I'm Diana and I'm playing against Rek'Sai, Kha'Zix is really good. The rest is maybe a Vex? No, not the spell Vex. The stun Vex would be better. Starcrossed is less good against Rek'Sai, as I mentioned, because you just lose tempo and he plays units again. So I'm going to start without Starcrossed. I don't know what Riftbound is, but I'm ready to watch. It's the League of Legends trading card game, and this is a... this is really, really nerdy, but I'm playing in the regional qualifier in Los Angeles, September 25th. So in like 7 weeks, and I'm kind of just starting. Like, I haven't played a lot of the different decks yet. So this red-yellow deck is Rek'Sai, little bug lady queen. She's aggro, and then Diana is like a moon priestess who does a bunch of movement and spell casting. So I make a bunch of guys, she casts a bunch of spells. So I've never played this deck until tonight, this specific version of it that uses this guy. She's going first, so stack deck I usually drop because you use it to draw cards. Stupefy, same reason, and we're just going to get different cards, so that's better, I think, for tempo. On this side, if we're going second, that's our turn 1 play. We can ditch him and keep these as our... maybe we'll get a spell, but these 3 are fine to have. Okay, so I would start on this side. I'm playing against myself, both decks, just to remind everyone here. So this is game 2 of this best of 3 series. Rek'Sai, my deck that I'm practicing for the tournament is 1-0, and this Diana, which I need to see still, is 0-1. So Porobot is my only play. Emissary is my best play. The locations are Abandoned Hall. When a player plays a spell, they may give a unit they control here +1. When you conquer here, you may pay 1 to ready your legend. And that is somewhat... that could help out Diana, I guess. Maybe. Rarely. So now... we just pick where Porobot's going to go. Abandoned Hall is better for us, pretty objectively. Swain can't cast yet. Hui we can't cast yet, but we can. Diana. We know that Rek'Sai is an attack-focused deck, so we don't want to try to hold and then end up losing both just on the slap back. So we're just going to play Diana to base. You earn points in this game by holding until your next turn or by conquering. So we conquered there and we got a point. If we hold to our next turn, this guy will also get us a point here. So the option is defend or set up for the next turn. We're going to play our 3 because that's what she costs. And then we have, unfortunately, nothing that we can, like... we could hide this. It's not really beneficial right now. Actually, our other option besides that is to ride the wind. If we ride the wind, we can move him over here to conquer this and come home safely. That's just an early 2 points on the board, but it does burn our ride the wind. If the deck is running Fizz, we know we'll get another one later. I am kind of tempted to do that, because he's just a sitting duck here. And if we can get him home safely with 2 conquer points, I think that's fine to do. And then we hold up 2 points. Morbid Return. No, neither of those really help, but... I don't know which is more efficient, as I stated earlier. Okay, so Rek'Sai always wants to see a trigger before they cast any spells. I could lacerate this, most likely get through. He could temporal breach it to essentially counterspell. Hall of Legends, when I move in there, I can pay 1 energy to get a Rek'Sai trigger. So let's try that first. He would not have anything to cast at that, right? Rek'Sai trigger shows us 2 cards we can cast, so let's play that one. Oh, okay, so if I had said, yes, I pay the energy, no, I guess I wouldn't, because that's just inefficient right now, and I got cards in hand. I can move in here, get my 2 points for the turn. That's the max you can get in a turn from holding or conquering, because there's only 2 battlefields. You got to do one and the other, hold or conquer. And now I would try to lacerate. Yeah, I would probably say, let's keep the board clean, baby. And he would say, all right, I will temporal breach my stupid Poro bot, and he will just come right back. And I say, okay, dang, you got me. You got me. Go. Hui is 5. He's perfect. The Poro bot is useful for Swain later. If I want to keep Rek'Sai from pulling ahead of me, I can fling the Poro bot over here safely and kill that. I would look at my Cold a Week option first. Not a great option. I'd bring them home. Cold a Week would have to be a 2-drop for a 2-drop, but it would open the door for me to just walk in. I can already just walk in, though, with this unit. So I'll do that. This unit makes a recruit when they move into a battlefield. Robot dies. I would pay the one because I... No, I would not pay the one because I held already, so... Rek'Sai trigger shows Salvage and Noxian Drummer. Salvage does nothing. So I play the Drummer. And we got 3 left. 3 left. Cold Week does do something now. And Hui would have to be the target. This would be dead. Rek'Sai on top, baby. Diana says, I hate you, Rek'Sai, but it's not over yet. Swain says, Vision, when you play me, look at the top card of your main deck, you may recycle it. Interesting. I've never played that card. Morbid Return means I can bring back Porobot. And that would be casting a spell and playing a unit and a gear, which is Swain's condition. When I conquer, if you played a non-token unit, a non-token gear, and a spell this turn, you score 1 point. So I would play Swain now and set up for the Porobot refresh next turn. I can also Gust right here, and that is actually pretty good value to get that Drummer out of here, back to hand. End turn, switch seat. Okay, Cold Week value, just super lucky we got Cold Week off the rip, so he has no way to protect that, and knowing that, we can just empower our guy. Now when he dies, he spits out 2 recruits, so we'll Cold a Week. Actually, I don't even have to do that. I can back way up before I do anything and see if we pull some of these cards off of the Rek'Sai Conqueror. So, Hall of Legends, I would pay 1 for a double Rek'Sai trigger this turn. We don't need those. Recycle, recycle. They get readied from me paying the 1. I come in here. Conquer. Rek'Sai. Trigger, trigger. I did not play a card yet. I could Void Rush. If I don't Void Rush, I have 6 energy to play this guy, plus that, plus Cold a Week. So I would not play these, I would recycle both of them. He would die, I would get 2 recruits. He would die. Well, we had the removal. That's basically all that happened this game. I don't think Diana could keep up. So I would have to break a battlefield here. I don't think I have anything with Accelerate. If I have Morbid Return, Ride the Wind, I would have to Morbid Return, Orobot, Ride the Wind, and I would only be able to break 1 battlefield. Morbid Return, 1, 2. Yeah, Hui is too expensive to Ride the Wind afterward. Wait, how would I even Ride the Wind? I don't even have that option. What am I talking about? Yep, it's over. So that's a quick 2-0. We will play a 3rd game just to see if Rek'Sai were to go first. on Forbidding Waste. Hextech Ray and Salvage. Get rid of Hopeful Emissary, Rearguard, and Inferna. This should still be fine. Yep. Okay. Rek'Sai is going first. We don't need all of this. Lacerate's kind of cool to keep because it has flow, and then Blood Rush is more versatile than Cleave, so we'll just go with that. On the Diana side, going second. They can play Diana 1, Hui 2, Pitch Porobot. This looks pretty good. Kha'Zix is kind of the only card that we don't need, but is still good. So keep it around. Birdbot, pass. Diana, pass. Veiled Temple, Rek'Sai Trigger, Emissary, Hopeful. Diana says, let's get Hui going, I think. Or I could ride the Wind Circuit and play Kha'Zix. Yeah, let's do that. I guess it's Ride the Wind is more valuable with Hui later, but you just have to keep Kha'Zix down, you know what I'm saying? Or you have to keep Rek'Sai down. So if I come in here, I can play Moonfall, tap Diana to pay for 1, bam, bam, bam. Bring in Hopeful, suddenly I'm killing both of them. We still have enough for Ride the Wind to get her all the way home, so that's pretty good. Much better start for Diana this time. Bam, bam. Not enough to cast anything else. Rek'Sai says, dang it. I will try here. Rek'Sai Trigger. Salvage and Manufacture. Gotta be manufactured. And then, sorry, Hold the Weak looks good. No response to that, right? I would probably, there's also Lacerate. Lacerate is actually better here because Cold the Weak can hit larger targets. And I know that Hui exists, and I know that Kha'Zix exists. So I'll Lacerate the Diana. Alright, so now I'm starting from scratch again. Hui can pop out and discard Porobot and do some stuff. So he'll be our choice here. Hope he doesn't have Falling Star, because we're falling behind now. And I say I don't have Falling Star right now. But I could Void Rush into it, maybe. So you can, he discounts by 2. So we could just play Drummer, keep the sword in the hand for a trick later, pay 1 for Drummer excess. Walk in Forbidding, Rek'Sai Trigger. Damn, still no Falling Star. No spot execute at all. I could play... Oh, I have Cold the Weak in hand, though. So, with Cold the Weak in hand, I would not be able to afford Manufacture. Cleave does nothing for us. So we would play Emissary. I guess I could just empower the Emissary I have. Then I can't play Cold the Weak, yeah. Let's just kill the Manufacturer, that's fine. Sorry, I feel like I'm tapping too many things here. What did that do? Okay, yeah. I think this is where I'm supposed to be at. 4 energy, deciding how to play this out. Because I did not play manufacturer because then I couldn't afford coal. So we're going to pay 2 for him and 2 for coal. Killing the... Normally I would kill the recruit, but like... He's been struggling over there to keep any units out, and I could get a hold point, but I know I could get a conquer point too. Yeah, let's just call the minion. He's the weakest. Diana side says I have Kha'Zix, Ravenbloom, Porobot. Porobot, there's no setup for Swain right now. So it's gotta be, I think, Kha'Zix, Ravenbloom. Bum bum bum. Besaid theme. Our crappiest dudes should go in first. Falling Star kills Kha'Zix. Do it. We'll empower a guy, march him in. Play drummer. Saves longsword energy. Actually, I'm on 6 here. Yeah, let's just save longsword, see if it mattered. Okay. As the Ravenbloom student of Diana, I have to break both battlefields. I have to break a battlefield or I lose the game. Gust is here already. Gusting and Empowered Noxian is funny. So I will probably do that. I don't have many other options anyway. So he gets gusted. I could reply with Longsword, actually. Yeah, I counter with Longsword. He's now 4, so Gust doesn't work. If I had marched in and gusted, he would be a defender, so he would be shrunk by 2. Yeah, let's say I played that a little cleaner. Let's not gust him right off the rip, because I would realize that, or I would hope I would realize that. Combat trick would save him if I gust right off the rip. If I gust as I march in, then he can't combat trick it. And Diana would save me an energy. So Ravenbloom would also go to 3 in that instance, but I would be at Forbidding Waste, so that would be bad. The rest of my stuff, I could only play... I mean, I could play out my whole hand. But it would literally just be... Yeah, it would be like... Gust as I come in. Sword doesn't help him. Because now he's shrunk to 0. So he goes back to hand. Resolve, score, hide a card. Well, actually just play everybody there because I have to hold. And I can't accelerate any other way. She's tapped from Gust. Okay, so all I gotta do... I'm doing 4, 8, 10 already. 2, 4, 6. If this is switcheroo, I'll still win. If this is tide turner, there's nothing to tide. It's only 2. It's not a spell. Switcheroo would be a spell, which would pump both of them, actually. So 3, 3, and a 2 would switch to 3. So I would have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I would have 9 against 9. if it was switcheroo. That's kind of funny. So I guess I would just Blood Rush at that point and then win. So yep, game over. You're out of cards. Reveal. So that's just, yeah, not even a spell. 8 to 10. Alright, so that's all 3 games. Sweep, Rek'Sai. Malark Schwag, when is LA? September 25th. So we 3-0'd the Swain Diana version. I can show that here. I'll show the list here in a second so you guys can see it again. Oops, match captured. Atlas match is ready to review. So this is the list we just played against. 3 Stupefy, 3 Ravenbloom, Ride the Wind, Stack Deck, Tide Turner, Quay. There was just a lot of removal, so Diana did not get much wiggle room this time. Patch Porobot, Swain Visionary. Yep, still plenty of time. That's why we are practicing every day right now. Temporal Breach, 3 of. So the idea with this deck is to score points with Swain, but we never got that far. So now we're going to switch gears to the Annie deck. There's an Annie deck that I also copied from Sam D. Sherman. We'll take a look at it real quick. Noxus Hopeful, Kaisa Survivor, Stack Deck, Tide Turner, Gust Monk. So this is actually a very mighty, this actually is a big body Annie deck that can be hard to win against for Rek'Sai. Flash, Ferris Forerunner, Switcheroo, Up from the Deep, Wind and Ghost, Cleave, Longsword. Just a lot of tricks here, a lot of one-ofs, right? Cleave, Longsword, Boots, Hard Bargain, Edge of Night, Blighted Battle Axe, Starcross, Abandoned Vex. This is the Stunner Vex, and a Perfect Execution. But I'm going to stay as my main deck here for the purposes of the stat tracking. All the YouTube viewers just left at one time? Dang. There was someone on YouTube. Oh, Arkham Avalon, not Asylum. Arkham Avalon is still here. I'm worried about fighting Nasus players at my locals for that reason. I'll show you, this is my spreadsheet. Sorry for the white flash, everybody, but I've tested against Tasty Bacon's Nasus. We're 5-5 against each other currently in games. And it basically comes down to his draws. Like, Temporal, Bellows, and Thousand-Tailed Watcher are disgusting, and then Vile Maw. Vile Maw is a blowout card almost right away against me. So, Nasus pretty tough, gotta say. I will be right back, but then we're going to do a BO3 against the Annie deck that I just also stole from Sam D. Sherman. And we're back. Okay. Oh, all the YouTube viewers didn't leave. It just went to 0 on my chart for a second. Now it's back to 7. Anyway. Solo room. Thanks everybody for watching and lurking and chatting and such. Malark Swag says, Malark Swag watched 7 consecutive streams and sparked a watch streak. Ooh, fancy. Yeah, we're gonna extend that streak because I'm gonna stream a lot more this month. Like every day, basically, except for the days I work. I do work Saturday and Sunday, but I do plan to stream every other day. So we're going against Annie now. Again, for my testing, Mystic Vortex going first is what we're testing pretty much every time here. Arkham says, I just saw a vid saying you can target Vilemaw with Dragon Form to make him 5 might. Yes, that is true. You can also... Hold a week. No, I'm just kidding. Hidden Blade is basically what I decided, and now I'm just remembering that's what I wanted to put in my sideboard as 2 of because of that freaking guy. If you can kill everything else around him with your spot removal, then you can, like, you know, Hidden Blade is pretty good. Just to say, okay, go away. Anyway, as we continue, Annie... The philosophy with battlefields is on your blank battlefield, you want to disadvantage the other player somewhat. So Zon Warrens fits that bill. Playing against Rek'Sai, I would not expect him to have any equipment that needs to be readied. And Seed of Power benefits us both. So I think Zon Warrens is the, oh no, I'm losing. I don't think Annie really plays cards from trash, though, so that's kind of an interesting one. Maybe Forge is actually her, oh no, I'm losing. And our blind is the Zon Warrens because she doesn't care as much. But this could benefit people too much, I think. So we're going to try Zon for her first. If any players have insight, let me know. Yeah, and just pray he isn't holding 3 Defy, I guess. Yeah, so my deck is already, the 3 Cold a Week is already, when I play test against Tasty Bacon's Nasus, I actually do say every time, Defy check, every time I cast Cold a Week. But you're right, Defy, man, also a pain in the ass. Nasus is pretty tough for us, but I'm 5-5 against his list. We don't sideboard yet, we just lock in, so I'm going first as Rek'Sai. This is actually great, we got a turn 1 and a turn 2, don't need Void Rush. On the other side for Annie, we do have a turn 1. Probably don't care to have equipment or the draw this early when we have other stuff to do. Rearguard, I would... Yeah, let's play him... Well, Emissary technically has the most upside for next turn. So now we look at... Gust Monk is our only play. Or Boots of Swiftness go. Gust Monk does lose some upside if we play him already, but Boots do nothing. Tempo loss, oh well. Slightly inefficient, but Annie does ready runes. That's the other thing I have to remember with her. So I'm probably gonna have to play with her hand open. So she could just banish my Noxian as I move into somewhere. It is action speed, so he might just do that. Say, all right, you're banished. And I say, damn, dude, banishment? Frick. I have no way to pump his might, so I would... Oh, I guess I would Inferna in with my ambush to actually conquer. But that I would have to pay the Inferna tax for Mystic Vortex. Play a Dredger. On this side, I see an easy kill. Annie would bring back Wind and Ghosts to hand. That's not terrible against Rek'Sai. Otherwise, I'm only playing Boots or Hopeful. Yeah, let's do Annie. Bring this back to hand. I only have a bird bot, but now I have Falling Star. Yay! Oh, she has to ready 2 runes. Is there anything that could save her from Falling Star here? I guess she could hide a thing, but that still wouldn't save her from... I guess she would hide it because... now she can start stacking bodies. And this is just tempo. Or rune that's already flipped. So she would approve that. Have to show this. Switch sides so she could keep... well, I guess she doesn't have to switch sides, but... she might fear... losing the unit? So then these would die. Hopeful. Tide Turner. We got Tentacles. We got a Guster again. Can't afford much else. Conquering makes us discard and draw. We could discard Tentacles and still cast it. Not the best. We could stack deck Hopeful. Oops, sorry. Dang it, I fucked that up. Alright, Kaisa. I think the accelerating is going to be relevant from what I practiced earlier, so I'll take her. And that cheapens him. Leaves up 3 for Wind and Ghosts. Pretty good. So I say... try Hopeful. This would save him, yep. Just sending it to hand. I would say, dang it. Bring this home. Play. I could accelerate a rear guard and still play something else. That would only be 2 damage, so Inferno would have to be the something else. He would trade. I would discard. Is that worth it for a conquer point? Maybe. Accelerate. Swing in with Inferno. He's tapped out. He trades here. Conquer. Rek'Sai trigger. Rear guard. And switch. Then we got a new turn for Annie. Accelerate Kaisa does blow up Inferno, but basically just lose Kaisa right away, so the tempo is bad. Boots of Swiftness would put him at 6, but Rek'Sai's like, you gotta assume Rek'Sai is like always in reach, because 1 Blood Rush, 1 accelerated Rek'Sai, plus Blood Rush or Cleave or Sword, and you're dead anyway. I think we definitely try to conquer. The cleave is proving to not be super necessary compared to these other cards, so we'll do that. Draw a card. Flash. So I could play Kaisa, keep flash mana up. That seems fine. I don't want to lose Kaisa, I think. That's the... But if I accelerate Conquer right now, I would draw a card to replace her and then still be able to flash. Both of them, really, if I wanted. Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it. Because flash is a strong card. I say I have Lacerate, which is useless. Freaking useless. Should I have even kept it in? Or is this game 1 still? Didn't you use the 2 already for Inferno there? Going back to... I don't remember now. Maybe I did. Maybe I... Instead of being able to play Drudger. I think we had 6 runes to start the turn. Oh, you're right. I think you're right. Yeah, so Drudger would not have been able to be played. So this would have been my draw. This can go back on top. Wait, how do I get it back on top? No, everything is wrong. Well, I know the Drudger would have been drawn, and Lacerate would have been drawn after that. What if I do skip draw phase? Let's see what that does to help us here. Okay, so Lacerate, pretend doesn't exist. I can't figure out how to get back on top of the deck. Hold shift to put on top. Oh, easy enough. Never mind. We're all good. Don't need to skip draw. We did it. Thank you, Rift Atlas and Rift Light. Okay. All is good now. Arkham pointed out the Inferno energy was used, so I would not be able to cast Drudger. Use definitely correct, because I burned Falling Star, Rearguard, Accelerate, and Inferno all in that turn. So now I'm looking at just 2. I could accelerate a Rek'Sai, and we could take a location. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. But I will do it. With the 2 up, he may just flash, or he may just say, okay, you got it. Or, and you know, trade. If I'm gonna kill somebody, I'm gonna try to kill Kaisa. So switch seat, he would say, flashy flash. I doubt you're gonna be able to take my other spot, so I'll try to hold it. Flash is gone. I say, okay, Rek'Sai. Lacerate does not hit, fool. Cannot afford manufacture. Recycle, recycle. I did not... I did play Rek'Sai, actually, so hopeful's good. We see Kaisa is there. We are at 5. Maybe I just try to fat hold, because I'm worried. They're going to go to 5 and try to break in against 9 with 5. Could happen, could happen. What have we seen out of her so far? Gust Monk, Cleave. That's like 5 out of hand. That would put her at 9. Against 9? Well, if I leave only 5 there, she's definitely going to break it. Tough spot for Rek'Sai. If it's Wind and Ghosts, then Rek'Sai goes banished. Leaves me 3 for boots. So it'll be 6 to 6. Or I could do this same thing, boots on Hopeful and gank over, and then just trade him. So Kaisa stays alive. That seems okay to me. So I will Wind and Ghosts. Rek'Sai gets completely banished. Oops, sorry. One, two, three, purple, resolve. And then Boots of Swiftness. 1, 2, 3, purple, attach. Oh, sorry, other. We're doing this guy. Because he can then gank over, and we won't care about losing him so much. They both die, and he dies. That was the conquer point. It just gave us. I could hide Tide Turner now for like 2 extra might. Or I could play Tide Turner as a... No, I could only hide him. I would not be able to play Ferris next turn, so we're not going to do that. Unlucky dog. Hold a week. It's going to happen. And if I hid the card, I could have revealed it. That's a choice. Gotta stick with it. Did I draw a card from Conquering? I don't think I did. It was a Darius anyway. Okay. Now I play Drummer Birdbot. Okay, Darius would not be able to do anything. Ferris Forerunner would just be a fat chud. That's probably fine for us right now. Just chud it up. And he could equip the boots to stay out of Falling Star range, so I would probably do that. Oh, it's purple only. Ooh. Still probably do that. Out of Falling Star range. But I'm at 5. And I conquer the best thing first. Oh, these are to untapped. Nothing can be cast, so we will do that, that. Don't need those. Conquer. Well, actually, I would play both and then discard draw. Because then I can just draw. And that's cool. And play a guy and empower him. And then Annie says, oh my god, I gotta break both battlefields with my Ferris Forerunner, and I only have Darius. Darius plus Sword would do it. Tide Turner and Darius and then Tide Turner would do it. We have 8 here. Yeah, Darius, I think, has got to be played. And then second card in a turn can be a Tide Turner. But we can wait until we have him at a location. So let's go here. Birdbot dies. Switch, make a bird. Switch back. Then we play Tide Turner there. Just outright. So he gets readied. Comes over here. Discards a card. It's going to be Tentacles. Can we cast that from trash? Score. Oh, that's game over. Reverse all the way back. Didn't realize that was Rek'Sai. That he was at 6. Would have had to fortify with those 3 things that I cast. And I would have pulled Emissary. Right. So to make everything even... Oh god. Maybe I would just stack 1 battlefield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 would be the most I could put at one place, and he would just crack that immediately. Oh no. But he wouldn't conquer it out of the gate. And I would get some tokens out of it. Oh wait, no, we make a recruit here, so it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's got 8 showing, so that's pretty good. Alright, so I would cast Emissary, Drummer, Birdbot, or whatever, and Empower. I'd cast everything, yeah. But it has to be at that location. And then I see this stuff. So then I see 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 power over here. If Rumble moves in now with a sword, that's enough. That would be 10 to 9. Yep. And the sword would be enough to trigger Darius. So we'd play Darius first. Attack in here with the sword. That wakes him up. 10 to 9. These all die. I would get 2 recruits from him and 1 bird bot. And then Darius, then Darius would come in and kill and win the game. So that's actually reverse. This would score. Darius is ready. He would score. I would have 4 tokens at base, sadly watching. Damn, that's a lot of power. Was that the first game? Or the second game? I don't remember now. No! I think it was just the first game. Made me work for it. Yeah, because it was on warrants. So, Forge benefits Annie disproportionately. Joshy starts. We want help on defense. I did see Boots, Edge of Night, and Sword all exist. Lacerate felt bad to see a couple times. Everything's so big. Piercing Light, maybe. I kind of want to try it out. So we do 1 less Hopeful, 1 less Emissary, 1 less Rear Guard. And then Annie says, give me 1 more Ferris. Against the odds is kind of funny. Because if Darius or Kaisa or something off the top has to break in, that's like massive. So Starcross is actually not great against Rek'Sai. And Hard Bargain is not super great against Rek'Sai. Bryn here, probably don't need 2 of. That's a good, yeah. Rek'Sai doesn't play a lot of spells on Annie's turn. Okay, Rek'Sai going first. I will keep all that. Vex, or sorry, Annie going second. This is pretty greedy. This breaks a battlefield, this holds, so that seems better. Sorry, Birdbot is guaranteed token. Got a Gust Monk. I'll take Forge. Play. I could accelerate him out. Forbidding Waste means he would die to the Gust Monk, so maybe not. There's player guy. 5 energy over here. Accelerated Kaisa is an option, but she would just die. Nothing to protect her. So we could do Gust Monk, just walk over there and kill. I had an Edge of Night for +2. And just play Kaisa. Makes me wonder, you know, could be Tide Turner, Switcheroo. I have not seen Edge of Night yet. If I assume Kaisa is going to be coming in, then I'd probably Empower. No, I don't have to do that yet. I can just tease here, and then he's forced to reveal. He would reveal Edge of Night. When you play this from face down, attach it to a unit you control here. So then I could cleave safely. They have 2 more runes up, but they can't cast anything, so I would cleave. 5 against 4, he would die. Conquer, cleave, Rek'Sai, Manufacture. Walk in. If I Falling Star right now... Yeah. Sorry, Kaisa. Okay. And he says... Oh, I did not empower over here. I could Wind and Ghost completely banish him. And then play Hopeful. Feels alright. Keep Kaisa as an accelerate option later. What spells do I have? Just nothing? Okay. Just nothing! So he gets banished completely. Sorry. He's gone. And then Hopeful. Equipping does not keep him out of Falling Star range or anything, so we'll just leave it off until we see what runes we have next round. Bring him home. Send him in. This could be a fine Void Rush turn. Cold a Week would be good right now. So let's play Void Rush. It's a Falling Star or Blood Rush. Falling Star would cost us some runes, but it would kill him, so fuck it. Oh wait, the other one goes to hand, so let's say hand. Resolve. Let's float in energy, because Void Rush made that one not cost energy. He did. Oh wait, again, she has ready runes, but nothing to cast. I'm floating in energy, so we just play 2 units, I think. Rearguard Inferna. And switch. And he's falling behind. If I had a spell, I would bring back Wind and Ghost to hand. I would be able to cast it immediately, but it wouldn't matter right now. Could save it for defense. If I Kaisa in, Switcheroo is not that helpful. If I Kaisa in... Ooh, this is a tough spot for Annie. I really don't know what's optimal now. Because there's no way to bring her home. She would just die if she goes either place. So I guess we just develop? Is that what they say? Develop? Play multiple things? We have Switcheroo. Action speed if it matters. Rune. Rek'Sai says, bring him home. I'll go to 7 here so I can just mass fortify a location. Seems fine to me. Hopeful and Drummer. Play Drummer. To the place. Move up. Play Guy. So I've got... I guess I would not have to move him back. I would leave him. So they have to do at least 1 damage over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'm tapped out. He's showing 8 already, but he's only got 1 card. What's your draw? Switcheroo does not help at all. Does not help at all. Annie could bring back Wind and Ghosts. Wind and Ghost costs 3 and a purple to get rid of. Just completely banish 3 of it. And then I have a Switcheroo. I can equip Forge. No, I can't do 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I can only equip +2/+2. Switcheroo would not help me. So that is GG. Alright, game 3. Game 3 is Hall of Legends for him, and Seat of Power for her. Annie starts. I think I did minus. Did I do 2 salvage? I don't think I did. And that should be the same. Yep. Okay, that time there were no Forerunners, no Dariuses. It was much different. Kaisa is going, or Annie is going first, so that would be on par, but it's a bit expensive for your opener. Can't cast that cleanly, but it is something you can discard. I guess we're not doing Zon, so that doesn't matter either. 2 Tide Turners, I guess. Maybe Tide Turner, Rumble, or Ferris. I always call him Rumble. Rek'Sai on the other side is going second, so that's a clean play. Don't necessarily want these early on. This costs a rune, so it's kind of rough. I guess that's fine. Could make a difference early game. And he goes first, and he says, I'll play guy. Also play guy. Play Annie, I guess. That's the only play I have. If I move in, say go, I guess that does protect him from Drummer. But then I played nothing. I feel like this feels bad. Okay. He's gonna want... Yeah. Okay, so I'm over here like... Bro. I'm definitely killing you. So maybe I would not have done that then. I'll take him backwards. He would have just died so obviously. He would have just died so obviously. Hard bargain is an option now, but we won't need it. Hall of Legends. I could not pay the one. Drummer's good. Hopeful's good. Make a recruit for moving in here earlier. So I've got 5 power, you've got 4 chilling there. I can obliviate you. And just get banished for good. Would I move in together and just try to start strangling? 5 is not a lot for... Yeah, that would already get over, so that would not do that, I guess. Can't really develop anything. Like, I could just play a sword. But I would keep that on flash for this slap back. So I guess we just conquer and keep up sword and... Keep up sword and hard bargain. For the inevitable attack. He's got all his runes up, so maybe I try to overkill. And then I have Inferno if things go south, or I have sword if things go south. So now I have to decide... Sword does not save me, but it is a push, and I would get to keep the sword out anyway, so that's fine. Make him decide. Where'd the sword just go? Oh. So then I would say, I also have a sword. Holy crap. And then he would say, I can't counterspell a sword, can I? Damn it. You got it. 6 to 4. He dies. We get a Rek'Sai trigger. Manufacturer's cool. Falling Star would kill Annie, but Annie is not a threat anymore. She's just a little girl. 1, 2, 3. Pay for a hopeful. I could even reinforce the hopeful over here, so you're like, don't come over here. Just don't. Yeah, just don't even come over here. Well, actually, hang on. 1. We still gotta move in here and see what we get. No, there's no Rek'Sai trigger for this one, but we draw a card from Seat of Power. We have a Lacerate! Perfect! I didn't want to use Falling Star, but Lacerate is so good. Nothing can save her, right? Oh, hard bargain, but then I would pay the 2. She would probably pay it. She would probably pay it to force the pay to the 2. And that kills more tempo for me. Basically just says I get no unit. Switch seat, resolve, approve, resolve. This goes through. Dang, if I had attached that sword, I'd be a rune down, but she would be alive. I'm tapped out. Switch. Now Annie says, I need units. Darius is my only unit. That's on curve. She will not be able to cast anything now. Maybe he would equip because of Falling Star range. He's like paranoid like that. Could be. Not much downside, so he's already kind of up shit creek right now. He's already actually in really bad shape, so he did not draw his fat guys he needed necessarily. I already held 2, so I'll just play units. Birdbot, Hopeful, Rek'Sai. Too early for Rek'Sai. Birdbot. Now he says, okay, he's only at 5, but if I go in and conquer and just stack up at one place, he can only go to 6. I can't really stack up that much, though. Oh, boy. I need, like, a downwell or something. No. There's no, like, nothing that really saves my bacon anymore. As Annie. Forerunner as a blocker is very, very annoying, but I still am not up to 6 energy. If I conquer here, I'm sitting with 7. He's facing with 5, 6, 7, 8. Gosh, that's going to be so easy. Even if I had max available power split across both. Yeah, and there won't be anything on the clap back for the runes up. So we know, well, we would try to overkill this, I'm sure, but first we take a peek. Take a peek from our Rek'Sai trigger. Blood Rush is quite economical. Falling Star. Falling Star, I could target Kaisa and try to kill her, see if he can save her. If not, then I only have to kill 7, so that's extremely easy. And I have a Longsword in hand and Inferna in hand to guarantee it. So we would Falling Star, bam bam, Kaisa, Annie has nothing. And now we know it's basically Death Knell, so we just swing with like these guys. That makes it 10, 13, 14 against 7. Like, what is he gonna do? And now we know in his hand he does not have anything, so he gonna die over there. And then since I'm at 7, I say, okay, you gotta break both battlefields. This one's already got 14 at it. Send everyone else one. And this. And this. And I have a longsword waiting. I play Ferris Forerunner. I play Magic Missile. Yep, nothing can be done. End turn. So that is a 2-1. And now on Riftlight, we can review our matches. What? I didn't save it. Why didn't I save it? It saved these goldfishes. Or is this it just now? Did I lose O2 to... What? Who did I lose O2 to? Oh, right. I did just play a third game for the heck of it, didn't I? Dang, now I can't remember. Yeah, didn't I? I won one just now, but I lost the other two? Yeah, this should be 4 losses, 2 wins now. Okay. Yeah, the Annie beat me just barely on a couple of them there. So this is... I played the third. I guess I would have lost the series technically, yes. So, but now it's not... Does that mean it just didn't record my third game? Or what is it? Let's see. Let's see what it did. Okay, it did record. It recorded the whole, like, match, but it's calling it an 0-2 loss. I guess that's fine for my purposes. Okay, so what time is it? It's 11:22. We've been going for an hour and a half. These couple of matches did go pretty fast. If I wanted to play again, who would I play against? Irelia just beats me. I hate it, but I kind of do need to practice it. I did just truck the Kha'Zix. I've been trucking Kha'Zix and Diana, which feels great. Annie is like 50-50. Irelia beats the crap out of me. Kennen has been beating the crap out of me. I don't really want to pilot Kennen right now because it's just a dirtily long deck. I have been beating Ambessa, so... Irelia would be the best practice, but I hate facing it. I want to put it off because I know it's going to be the hardest, most painful practice. I could just face someone easy like Kha'Zix. About how long are the matches? Like 20 minutes on average? Each game is... They give you an hour. They give you an hour for a BO3. So each game should be 20 minutes. Max. With my Rek'Sai deck, it's typically like 12 to 15 minutes because I don't make that many hard decisions. I tap out fully every turn and I just optimize, right? Like my whole thing is just make use. The highest number I can make for each rune that I have each turn. So my Rek'Sai simple math deck is pretty fast. Kennen takes a long time because it's a lot of graveyard interaction and just looking at your deck. He's got Lightning Rush, which is look at the top 3 and draw one and burn the other 2. And it's got Flow. So he can cast 3 stack decks and 6 Lightning Rushes in a game. And any one of those can pull Nocturne. If I look at my spreadsheet real quick, I have played against Nasus, Ambessa, Kennen, Yi, Diana, Akali, Irelia, Ezreal, Draven, Kha'Zix, Annie, and now Diana Swain variant. I still have never played against... I have played against Annie now, so I can remove that.
Flawless victory.
I still have never played against Rengar, Lilia, Lux, Jace, Pyke, or Mel. I don't know how represented those are going to be, except perhaps Mel. And Mel is also a very tough list to pilot, I think. I don't know that I would be able to pilot it very well blindly. So if I'm going to practice more right now, I feel like I've got a handle on Diana. Kha'Zix, I just 3-0'd that list. Ezreal, I should practice against maybe. I'm going to look at my Discord real fast, because there are some lists in there that I might want to steal and try out for this test. Let's see.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Sorry, typing to Frank. Looking at my stolen decks. There's an Akali deck I could try to play. I would have to build it here real quick. I do want to practice against Akali, so let's make this list real fast. Sorry, it'll take a moment. So champion cards would be green Akali. Main deck, Charm 2. Defy 3. Shuriken Flip 3. Discipline 3. Emperor's Divide 2. Inferna 2. Lonely Poro 3. Mask 2. Scuttle 3. Falling. Falling. Pendulum. 3 red Kaisa. Stellacorn. Irelia. This deck looks gross as hell. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, I hate looking at this already. And one more Akali. Battlefield, say. Back Alley Bar, Void Gate, Star Spring. Back Alley. Void. Star Spring. Runes, say 6 and 6. Sideboard says Brittle Steel. Not so fast. Akali, red. 2 back off. Disarming rate. Darius, 2 of. And Bryn here. Stolen Akali, copy, save. So now, close Discord again. Now we have a Akali list. Green Yas would be sick if you could pull it off. Hello, Thugmuffin10, welcome, welcome. So this is my chosen deck. I should have the Akali available there. It says needs update. This deck is marked incomplete. It can still be assigned if meets in unrestricted rules. What? What does that mean? One sec. Everything's fine with it. What are you talking about? Oh no! What? What's happening here? Hang on one sec. Why is it incomplete? One issue. Oh, I'm missing a card. What card am I missing? Sorry guys, I'm missing a card. How did I miss a card? Let's open Discord again. I'm planning on bringing this Rek'Sai list, or at least one very close to it, as we continue to practice. Okay, I got the list open again. One Twilight Shroud is what I missed. One Twilight Shroud main board. So let me add that. Main Twilight Shroud. Update. Close. So yeah, we're Rek'Sai testing against the field right now. That's why I'm solo testing against a bunch of different decks. Now we just built this Akali, which should be valid and legal. Okay. Vortex first. If I'm Akali, I'm thinking about what to do first against Rek'Sai. You typically want to just disadvantage them somewhat. When a unit moves from here, give it +1 this turn. That does benefit Akali lopsided. Spells and abilities affecting units here. Okay, so that could help Rek'Sai, we don't know. The first time a player plays a non-token unit here each turn, they may move another unit they control here to its base. So Rek'Sai, again, probably not making a lot of use of that. Doesn't really care about that. So either one of these could go first for us. I'm thinking Star Spring. I like to go first testing Mystic here to keep everything consistent. On record keeping. So this opening hand is pretty darn good for going first. I could even replace this to get a spell. And then we have guaranteed turn 1, turn 2. At worst, going second for Akali. We cannot play either of these until turn 2. It's a pretty good opening hand, though, I think. We're going to just try it. I've never piloted Akali, so this will be my first time talking through it as well. Definitely Emissary, pass. Can't cast anything, very unlucky. Falling Star would not be worth it, and I can't because I don't have the runes. Blank turn, blank turn. Mystic Vortex is cool with me. Didn't mean to do that, sorry. I would play Dredger and Hopeful. I can play Accelerated Kaisa, I can play Akali, I can play Stellacorn. I think Akali can already start chopping heads, though. Still can't play Falling Star. And if I accelerate Kaisa, I would lose her immediately. So let's just develop Akali, as they say. I still hold Defy. She can only be built... she can't be chosen by enemy spells and abilities unless she's in combat, but Cold a Week will still hit her if she is the only creature there. I will bring back Brozif, send in Birdbot, see my trigger. I got Falling Star, Drummer, so I can't even choose her for Falling Star. So Drummer it is. 1, 2, 3. Play Manufactor, 1, 2, 3. Pretty good start over here. Now I've got Falling Star, Shuriken Flip, Akali, things are looking up. Shuriken Flip says deal 2 to up to 1 enemy unit at a battlefield, then move a friendly unit. So I could move an Akali here, kill, save Shuriken Flip. Oh no, Shuriken Flip is slow speed. So I could Shuriken Flip her over. Or I could just reinforce with Ferris Forerunner and say, back off, brother. This would not be revealed, of course. Stellacorn doesn't do anything this turn, so that's dead. Defy is not going to come in on my turn. Falling Star would hit, like, Drummer Noxian before I can empower it. That's kind of cool. What if I Falling Star Akali and then Star Spring Akali home with a herder just sitting there? Or I could Falling Star Akali moves in, Shuriken Flip, double conquer, and just hold up Defy and hope. I like that, actually. I think that's what I'm gonna do, just to not spend too much time thinking about it. Falling Star. These two. What does she say, actually? Empower me. It's your turn. Move a friendly unit and a showdown to base, and if I'm empowered, ready it. Okay, so I can just... No, that would have had to happen before combat resolved. So we're not worried about this. Shuriken Flip, we lose some upside, but we can save her from dying. Okay. Instead of killing that guy, I would use this and then Shuriken Flip and get him home. So we won't take the Conquer point because I already took it from there, but we would Shuriken Flip this guy so he doesn't hold, and we would move home with this. Still nothing I can cast, though, if I do that. I would be worried about losing Akali and Kaisa to the might that's already showing here, so... I'm playing like a little baby. Little baby Akali. It is setting me way back, though. I think Rek'Sai's got this, unfortunately. Yeah, I would test Vortex. We get a Falling Star. Can't target her, though, so we'd have to do Inferna. Move in here. Conquer. Guy. Looking bad for Akali. That's a lot of guys. No spot removal. 5 runes. No tricks for Akali to move around, really. Frick, dude. I could Star Spring and Inferna her back. So that's probably what I would do there. Can't cast anything. So what do I do, man? Maybe I don't Inferno her back. Maybe I just reinforce. But then there's so much might already. It's literally already 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. They'll just crash our poor Akali and Kaisa. If I don't Star Spring back... Yeah, they just get mopped, man. What do I do? What do I do? Awkward casting costs. I'll go to 7 here, and it would force you to break just the biggest battlefield of all time, so she could only defy on defense. I wouldn't even play it. I would just rock in with all this first, and she would die, and then I would rock in with all the rest. Conquer, Coal the Weak, and Cleave. I would Coal the Weak. Wouldn't have to choose her. She could defy. Okay, yeah, I would try it. They would defy. This next card would be recycled from the Rek'Sai trigger. I would play another guy. And another guy. And I would say, fuck you, man. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's not supposed to happen. 17's not supposed to happen. That's too much. All I can do is 8. 9, 10. I can do 10. Yikes. Yikes, bro. Okay, game 2. Hall of Legends. We did Star Spring first, so now Back Alley Bar is probably our best. If I see a Kali flipping in constantly at 6 might, I do think Hex Tech Ray would be quite good. Stellacorn gets hit by that. Haven't really seen much of her deck yet. Kaisa, Akali, Hurricane Flips, that sort of thing. Lacerate seems like it wouldn't hit too much. Salvage, I didn't really see anything to hit yet, so I would do 2 Hextech Ray. Maybe a Piercing Light to soften them up. I still need to practice Piercing Light. I haven't played it really yet. So that's 1, 2, 3 cards gone. On the other side, Akali would say, I have to play Rek'Sai. This sucks. These don't matter. Darius is kind of good, but also expensive. This just turns into Annie at this point. When I move, you may deal 1 to a unit at a battlefield I move to or from. If I'm empowered, deal 2 instead. See, this could actually be good against Rek'Sai for just hitting token guys on the way in. And just needing creatures in general. So I would try these 3 things, and then on what would not be good against. Give a friendly unit +1 this turn. It can't be chosen by enemy spells and abilities this turn. That is good. Rek'Sai did not see the Mask of Foresights or Pendulum Blades yet. Did not see either of those yet, so I would not do Salvage, because I just hadn't seen them yet. I guess I would not. Emperor's Divide is still probably fine. That's just a panic button, though. I feel like I need more killing, not defense. I'll take out the 2 divides. And a... Scuttle Crab. Okay, Akali goes first. Not acceleratable on second turn. Jeez, a little bit rough over there. I would say I would keep Lacerate early game, dodge, Void Rush. Not the worst. Okay. Mask of Foresight. Playable. When a friendly unit attacks or defends alone, give it +1 this turn. I say, oh dang, he is playing gear. Maybe I should have salvaged. Manufacturer. I have choice of Akali's here. Probably this Akali, but Stellacorn is also here, and it's early enough that's on curve, so I like it. And it gets help from the mask. Hall of Legends, I probably would not use the double Rek'Sai trigger, but I could, so let's do it. Let's pay the 1 as we conquer. Lets us order our triggers here. Lucky, good. Now we're ready from paying the 1. Conquer. Lucky, good. We could also do a Hopeful and recycle Inferno. But we'll keep the hand advantage. Back alley bar says when a unit moves from here, give it +1 this turn. Okay, that's good for ganking and bouncing around, shuriken flips and stuff. Alright, Stellacorn can destroy this, hold discipline, play Akali, green Akali, and hold discipline. That seems good to me. Bam, bam. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a green. So he would be defending for 4. They would have to send both at him, so maybe he feels safe there without reinforcing directly in, because you really don't want to lose both. It would be 7 or 4. 4 already needs action to happen, so let's keep this at home. Hold this and just hold discipline. Or Twilight Shroud, whichever comes in. Or both, I don't know. No, he can only do one or the other. So I see this over here, and I see that, and I'm like... Oh, Akali can actually keep the herder alive. And they should have drawn a card from Conquering. Actually, hang on. They should have drawn a card from Stellacorn moving in the first place, so... Would I want to play Inferno or hold Discipline? I'd probably still just want to hold Discipline. So this Akali can actually save Herder last second if it looks like it's going to die and get a draw card for it. That's pretty sick. So I see 4. I can just move Inferno at him with... Or I could actually just Lacerate. Hold on. He's not defending yet. So I could just Lacerate him. That would defend. That would force him to pop Discipline. Don't need to do that yet. So then he would say, okay, I save it with Discipline, draw a card. And then over on the other side, I say, okay, now he's got 6 might over there. He's tapped out though, so I can double Blood Rush with just 1 unit. Bam, bam. He's tapped out. He's 7 against 6. He die. I conquer. I Rek'Sai trigger. I drummer. I move my guy back home. I have a Kali. Definitely can kill. Can also flip. Probably would not use that yet. I would play Irelia, I think, and hold up Shuriken and Twilight mana. So what is it? It's Twilight Shroud or Shuriken Flip or Akali save. So I always like to get my Rek'Sai help first, see what we can look at. Cold a Week and Inferna. Cold a Week pretty good here. Does he get saved by anything from Cold a Week? No. So we definitely cast Cold a Week. We can do it on our own bot, which already conquered. Now he has to pick Akali or Irelia. Because Akali is holding right now with a chance to mess me up more. But Irelia just gets out of hand with Deflect too. So maybe we just ditch the Akali. What creatures do I have in hand? Darius, Red, Akali, Inferna. Yeah. I think we just... Well, let's see, that just lets me have the Conquer for free too, though. Right now she's chilling at 5 with the mask. If I move in with everything, that's 5. I already conquered here. I could also just move in with... I can just Hextech Ray. What does she have? Shroud. Oh, Shroud's slow speed. Never mind. Shuriken Flip is also slow speed. I'm an idiot. So she has nothing to save herself from 5 damage. So if I know everything's slow speed, I can just move in with Birdbot and a Cleave if I want. And she will... Nope, that's not enough actually, because she's at 5. So you and Cleave. So that you can't have the drummer get killed. Works for me. Play some more dudes. Looking tough for Akali again. It's 6 points over there, so I have to stop both battlefields from scratch. And Darius is my only accelerate. Falling Star does exist. That's a pretty big hit. If I Falling Star, I'm down these. If I Darius Falling Star, I can conquer and prevent and just start stacking up, I guess. I could also, if I Darius first, I can Shuriken Flip him. And move him. Then I could... That would ready him, actually, to come home, but we don't want that, so there's no point in doing that. We want him... I could double conquer, though. I could... No, I couldn't, because I don't have ganking. Falling Star is still looking correct. Although Darius can just... Darius, when he readies, will kill this, so we don't want to Falling Star that. We want to Falling Star like this and this, but that's kind of crappy. If we Falling Star, we still hold Discipline up. If I conquer over here, Falling Star, both of these conquer over here. Dead, dead. Ready, conquer. Hold discipline. It's not great. I could also shuriken flip right now, but then I would not have discipline. I don't need to double conquer that desperately. I only have 5 power there. It's already 5, so yeah. I try Hextech Ray first. He's down to 2. I conquer over here. I Blood Rush, double. I Rear Guard, accelerate. I swing in with both. I see what he does. I've got 8. I've got 10. Looking at 2. 10 to 2. Discipline is all I can do. Draw a card. Goes to 4. 10 to 4. Game over. Okay. So we 2-0'd that Akali. That feels good. I've not practiced much against Akali, so we're 4-1 against Akalis. My overall rating is only 58% win rate, but we've had a couple of different variants, and 7 of the losses are against Kennen Miracle. 6 of my losses are against Irelia. Okay, so we played 3 full B of 3s in 2 hours and 11 minutes. That's not bad at all. But I am getting a bit tired now. It's about midnight, so that's a good time to call it an evening. Thank you so much to the 10 or more viewers we had throughout the night on YouTube. It says we have 91 views over there. We're up to 5 concurrents over on Twitch as well. Thanks to everybody for watching, lurking, chatting. Thug Muffin for hanging around. Malark Swag for chatting. Arkham Avalon, if you're still here, that's crazy. You watched the whole stream. Rek'Sai for the win, hopefully at your Nexus night and mine. I'm signed up for a Nexus night tomorrow. Let me look right now and see if it's got more players. I signed up, there was only 1 other player. So it's possible they may cancel it, I guess. We'll see. There was another Thursday evening that I signed up for and got canceled. Why does it still say 1 of 80? No, it's 4. There's 4 people signed up now. Hooray! So there's 4 people signed up for Nexus Night tomorrow. I'm going to bring my Rek'Sai, which is not this exact list that we were testing tonight. But we will be going to Nexus Night with something extremely close to this. It is -3 Noxian Drummer, +2 Under Titan, -1 Longsword, +1 Rengar Pouncing, and +1 Hidden Blade. So -4 cards out of these 2. Add Rengar Pouncing, Under Titan, Hidden Blade in main deck. So, yeah, wish me luck in Nexus Nights tomorrow. Good luck in your games. Until I see you again, likely tomorrow night after Nexus Night? Maybe before Nexus Night. It starts at 6 p.m. So it may stream before then, if it's going to go a couple hours. Might not stream at night. I don't know. We'll see. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye!